I need to show you a video of me doing stand-up badly because you showed one last time. And 3.
I tried to, but I was just so talented.
I know you tried to.
Just like intangible red flag territory. Like he's not saying anything
Oh,
specific.
interesting.
But like
Yeah.
just as he's talking, you're like, do not be in a room alone with this man.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so we can all love each other. No.
All right, great. Okay,
No.
great. This is great. What about him is an intangible red flag? Is it a way he appears, way he talks, hand gestures?
Do you know what the word intangible means?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go have a piss.
Ashley, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. Bitches.
I went down on a juicy poozy, and
I got a fart, and this chair's gonna make it reverberate. Hey, wait!
John.
Hey!
Oh no! Everybody else, hey!
Hey!
What's going on? I'm just waiting for music. I thought you were getting music. Oh, I thought you were just getting
how
music.
my penis gets born.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Here's a shed.
The ice cream cones came with a little metal packet that is just full of sugar. It's just full of sugar to be poured into the cones.
What has the Japanese not gotten a hold of, perfected, and then when everyone was like, "You did it," they went, "And now we'll begin." And you're like, No. You fixed it. It was fixed. Do not break it. Like, no. We got to break this.
I still have some more questions.
Go ahead.
John Hastings is on America's Got Talent for 5 minutes, and now he's got houses in LA and London.
That's right.
Yeah.
You kept a house in London?
Yeah, I've kept a house in London.
Update: not sugar.
There's no fluid tasting enough to warrant sucking it out of him. Yeah, no, but it was did he do it when he was then in the band when they were the 4 Bee Gees that brief time before then his heart exploded?
Wow.
I'm not saying anything that didn't happen. That is what happened to him.
I'm a predator.
And it was going awesome. And we even started having drinks at a bar, and we each had girlfriends with us, whatever. We're having a great time until I got comfortable enough to go, hey, we share a birthday,
As someone who's been eternally single.
Go ahead. Is it your fault? Yes. No, sorry.
Stop tweeting after your dates, Ashley. Stop tweeting after your dates.
Oh, bad news, Paul. You're getting a Batman bed.
This is not bad news. I am so pleased.
Support them.
But you know what's more important than helping people's mental health?
Fuck you, John.
I'm just saying. Tom, you're a comedy fan.
Here's what happened. So I came up after she finished a couple times.
How did you
I'm not one's not enough.
What a
you go for 2. That's how you start it out.
Smoother crunches.
And then Jesus, boom. And so so when I emerged, I went to kiss her, and she just grabbed my face and she sucked it all out of my beard.
So hurtful.
That's a literary reference. Oh no, I gotta.
Hey, you can't tie me out now. I'm the only one here. Books, pages. Right. Verb, noun, adjective. Nice. Someone get me that.
I'm very prone to bullying.
No, that you're talking about Andy Gibb.
I am talking about Andy Gibb. Pardon me.
Get your Gibbs straight if you want
Sorry.
to come at me, bro.
Sorry.
Those nice bearded men and their Aryan friends seem like they're doing very different shows.
Marion's got pink eye. She touched her in hole.
I tried to. It crawled away too quickly.
It's difficult with tea. Sometimes you try and tune it and you get Assam.
I'm officially declaring it. Jordan is the governor general of the stream.
God damn it, guys. I took a Ritalin today. I can only focus on one thing at a time.
What is happening right now? Two screens. I want to have two screens.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Paul and I were walking through the park, and we walked past the tennis courts. A ball had gone over the fence. Paul went down, grabbed it, threw it over, and the young woman who was playing said, "Thank you, sir."
Oh,
ouch!
Right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to fucking take over this fucking festival, and you're not going to fucking stop me. Why? All these fucking robots are all around the fucking city, right?
Yeah.
Don't knock a spit roast till you try it.
Just hang on. Can you just keep going? Make an appeal right now for us to stop this whole thing. Go ahead, Tom.
I think we should see Paul's face for this. There's going to be tears.
No, your junk in the trunk is not as prominent. Make the camera go lower now. Jesus. Now bounce your bottom, sir.
What are we doing?
Having a nice time. So let's watch
That's
it one
a
more
Betty
time.
Crease's Jamaican for poop shoot.
So I'm on the toilet. The toilet paper's here. I grab some of the toilet paper. I stand up. I turn around.
Whoa!
Frank, no.
A whole lot of the world can get it right round itself if I have a bomb on bed.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
What was Tom talking
Whoa!
about?
Whoa!
Go, Matt.
What happened?
Go, Matt.
The bed is what?
He did it.
Richard Ball, we're over. I want people to be saying, "Michael, is that a beard?" And I can say, "No, shit residue from the kink I enjoy participating." I was moving into position right to blast away on her their chest, and I slipped on the sheets and accidentally punched her in the face, and then.
Oh no, the Canadians are coming.
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and Boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Hello. Hilariously, my kettle's going off right now. I'll be right back.
Welcome, everyone. Oh, yes, so good. Muted. Chris's kettle has just gone off. Ashley's not even here. My Zoom broke, so I don't have a way to broadcast, so I'm on my phone in a hotel room. We haven't broadcast in over a month. Big, strong start. Thank you, Boomstickery. Heckled by a kettle. What an opening. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you were all thinking, oh, I bet you they took a bunch of time off for a bunch of technical improvements. And oh boy, were you wrong. We took a bunch of time off to be sad and to recover and to also remind all of you how important seeing our faces are. Huh? Right?
When I set up my fucking streaming stuff today, it's the first time I've used it like since basically. I had one Zoom talk with Jordan Robson Kramer while we were away, but other than that, I just haven't used it. So I was like, setting it all up and taking it for granted. And at every single step, I was like, "Oh fuck this part," and just running all around my apartment, being like, "Where the hell is my camera?" Like just basic shit was gone.
Yeah, well, mine was a bit different. Also, where is Ashley? I missed something. Is there?
Honestly, no idea. She hasn't said anything. I assume that she's currently going through the problems of that I was going through, but later because she wasn't setting.
Because it's not 10 p.m.
have it all
here.
clicking.
I know why she's not here.
Oh shit! Time changed.
Time changed here, and it didn't change in the UK. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened in the world. Oh, we rule, ladies and gentlemen. Yes,
That's so
good.
Funny. That's so funny. She's gonna be so upset. She must be so mad right now.
Oh my god.
What a perfect UTS return. Just fucked it. Just Alex, there was nothing boomer about just getting time zones wrong. That is everybody. We need to get rid of this shit.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh, this is the best. Oh, I'm so happy about everything that's happened here. This is so fucking perfect. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so happy. This
so
is how you do
good.
it.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Oh, that is how. So in so many ways unhelpful to the cause in any it's you know what it is? You know what's the best part about it? Is there is no malice in any of our mistakes. Our mistakes are just very well-intentioned, disturbingly easily distracted boys.
Yeah, that's it. We take a lot of things just for granted. We go, oh yeah, that'll be fine. There's no that's
there's no you can never could you do this? Because I'd be like, I'll tell
did
you
I freeze or did he? Hey, what's up? Sorry, you said you can never, and then your face froze on my computer.
You can never imply that this was done with evil in our hearts because it's just you couldn't time it more perfectly. It's not. It's we. Do you know what we? Because also by doing this, we now just have to do an extra hour. Because as always, so you see, Ashley, she benefits completely. We're gonna get all of the kinks worked out because we haven't done this in 6 weeks. Get the flow back. She's gonna pop in, seamless transition. 2 hours we can go through, and the other thing is we can't go through that big giant list of things we have to talk about until she gets here.
Yeah,
so
we gotta.
We basically welcome back to the stream and podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We will be remaining silent
on. I want to say this one. It's rare that I think that Ashley is to blame for any of our problems. It's almost always us. But on this one, it's her time zone. She should have known that the hour was moving. She should have known that the hour was moving.
I see what you're saying, but the time zone happened on our continent, making it's all within our realm, not hers. You know what I'm saying?
Did our time change, but theirs hasn't?
That's, I think, the situation. Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, then that's absolutely. Then
that's us completely. Yeah.
Fucked it completely. I didn't even know that our time zone changed. So how should I expect Ashley to know that hers did? All right, I just feel like an asshole now.
That's why I was like, ladies and gentlemen, what a hill to stand on. Listen, I understand it was my clock that got set forward an hour, but I feel that you should be aware of me. You know what I mean? That's what that felt like.
Genuinely had no idea. Not even a clue.
That's so good.
No idea.
Do you understand? Oh my God. I'm so impressed with us. Most people require a meeting to be this stupid.
Yeah. No, we just didn't. Spring forward, UTS back. Yeah, absolutely spectacular stuff. I'm gonna pull my shade back a little bit just so that I'm not in heaven.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk about. I'm in Las Vegas currently, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you about this city. I have never seen just so many people living their best life, and not in ways.
There we go.
That you would like. Just we are just Gucci, Versace short sleeve shirts, golden loafers, just like
where did you get to in the 30 seconds it took me to move my drapes?
I'm explaining that I'm in Las Vegas and I'm talking about the amount of different ways you see people. The amount of I also am going to say this. If I didn't think fascism was on the rise before, the amount of people just walking around with shirts that are just like guns are good, not having guns means you're gay is like you're like, oh boy.
There's a war of ruin, my friend. And the reason I pull on my suspenders as I say that is to lower the tension.
See, here's the weird thing is I feel like I don't feel like there is, mostly because if you watch any news in America right now, and it's pretty great, is they have all these generals and military analysts on, and like the news broadcaster's like, this means war, right? World War III is right around the corner. And then the general's like, absolutely not. 60% of the Russian fighting force is actually concentrated in Ukraine. We're showing that it's a morale problem, and in no way will that ever happen, and in no way would he threaten NATO. It's just not possible. And they're like, but we think it is. And he's like, yeah, I don't know who's telling you that.
Civil war. I think you
guys
are
going
to
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call that a war. It's more just sort of like normalize violence in the streets. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And if that's not a nice way of naming war, guys, we're just used to violence in the streets. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's just going to basically be
King Gio, we love you. Have a wonderful day. Take care, buddy. Thanks for stepping in.
Oh, King Gio. I'll check in on the pool later. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. America's going to become RoboCop 1, and I'm fine with it.
So many people being shot in the dick, but you're also like kind of fine with it.
Also, the amount of different glass rooms you can walk in with a classic "bitches leave." I mean, that's Red Foreman, ladies and gentlemen. That is Red Foreman. Thank you so much. This is good. I can't get over how funny this is. I feel like we should just all sit in silence and praise.
So fucking funny. I can't believe this happened. That's so funny to me.
Oh my god. So, okay, let's talk about this. So, Chris, what is the lockdown situation in Canada right now? I'm so confused. What's happening? Because
everyone's lifting everything. So, like, no more mask mandates, as far as I know of. I mean, Quebec's its own thing. I don't know where they're at because they were the most locked down most recently. They had like curfews and shit. In BC, though, no more mask mandates. We're gonna have vaccine passports until April 8th, I think, and then that's supposed to go away. And then we can just all start it over again in the fall, you know?
Oh, you think we're starting it over again in the fall? You think that's what
for sure. Yeah, I think people are fucking stupid.
Oh, that's interesting. I think that we're doing a sort of a hybrid version where it's just going to be a thing that's going to slowly, like the numbers are going to go like this slowly, like, but it's still going to take out a shitload of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just going to keep going down slower, and people will forget, and then they'll be like, oh my god, look at the fucking death toll. Good lord.
Well, that's the thing. It's because no one's testing anymore, so like it seems like numbers are way down, but we're going to have another peak in hospitalizations and deaths and stuff, and then we'll have to do something about it.
I think
but until then, hey, my comedy recording can be full. So whatever.
Let's talk about that. So when are you recording it? You're recording an album St. Patrick's Day?
No, that weekend on the 19th. So I'm recording 2 albums this week.
You're doing the Just for Laughs recording?
I'm doing the Just for Laughs one earlier in the week. And I found out that I can't do the same material, but I haven't really worked on any other material. So I am doing a combined 5 of my 10-minute Just for Laughs set of new material that I've worked out twice.
How do you feel about that? I feel like that.
Yeah, they're very fun. They're very fun.
It's also that sort of thing of crowds right now are pretty happy to be around. Also, I feel like if you're doing all like old tight stuff, the amount like how loosey goosey everybody is pretty wild. I'm currently working on. Oh, I'm going somewhere and I might be doing a thing that involves me needing to get a tight set together, which is what I've been doing here in Vegas. And it's so interesting. Like you can just feel the difference of, oh my God, that's what it was like to be a comedian, to have like worked on a joke every night after night after night. As opposed to now where it's like, there's such a line in the sand. This is afterwards material. It's also, I'm working with like an old school American Boston guy named Don Gavin, for you comedy nerds who have watched when stand-up stood out, the Boston
Yeah.
comedy scene documentary.
Which one's fucking Don Gavin?
He's one of the many funny ones who did a lot of cocaine. Like, he's the one that ran a bunch of the comedy clubs and like was pretty. He wasn't political. He's super fucking tight.
I think I remember his face. He looks familiar.
But we're talking like the most old school 80s observation. Like his opening line was, well, driving to the show, I was driving John, and he didn't like my driving. As we're driving, he goes, hey, Don, you're going 90 miles an hour. And I said, yeah, well, so are you. That's like his opening line. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like very tight, well-written observations, just one after another. And it's just like, wowers hour. But it's also that nice thing of it, it's very rare to find, is a comedian who is like that old school, hasn't changed their act in 30 years, but isn't bitter and shitty, and the act isn't stale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which especially for those Boston guys is crazy rare. They came out real bad. It's like Lenny Clark is an angry man.
Have you met him? I've never seen or met. I assume he's an angry man.
I've just seen interviews with him, and he's just very much like, this guy and that fuck, I was the one, me.
Oh my god, there's like a weird like daytime Boston TV show with Lenny Clark on it, where he's talking about how he would suck Johnny Carson's cock, and it's usually like, and they're clearly like, please stop saying that the middle of the day in Boston, sir.
As in like would have or did? Is this like is this like a Quincy Jones revelation?
Oh my god, what did Quincy Jones say again?
Oh, that he fucked Marlon Brando.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh god. There is nothing better than a celebrity of that era just going rogue, because they just all the name. Yeah, I'll never forget when I saw Burt Reynolds taking a shit in Steve McQueen's ass.
That's why Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast, guys. It's just an hour and a half of people doing that because all their friends are dead. So they're like, I'm telling every goddamn story. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's an absolute. Oh my god! It's also the weirdest thing is because I've never listened to a podcast which is a man named Frank prompting Gilbert on a story Gilbert told him one time that Gilbert then just laughs and then a guest answers. Like, it's, if anything, Gilbert Gottfried is very much holding back his own podcast with his weird personality and odd quirks.
Oh, for sure. It's the other guy's podcast. It's Frank Santapadre's podcast. But you know what? No one's listened to the Frank Santapadre podcast. I want to hear Gilbert Gottfried try to guess who was anti-Semitic in 1940s Hollywood. You know?
All of them.
Yeah, everybody. But some of them were real wow.
That's true. I mean, so a lot. We will get to this in the. By the way, this isn't the actual official start of UTS. We have a bunch of things to talk about.
That's right. All private chat. All private chat public UTS in 40 years.
Is a bunch of things. But one of the ways I've been coping with a lot of darkness in my life is I've been reading and listening to a lot of things about the extreme alt-right.
Oh no, John.
It is so great because now they've started canceling their own people and using it as a weapon internally. Mm-hmm. But then they're now hypocritically realizing they can't complain about cancel culture, so they're trying to undo it. But because their audience is way more radicalized than the hosts, there's an internal deep civil war in that. And it's just going to like, I'm like, I love the rapid opening and closing of online subcultures at this point. And I just want to say, it's amazing how positive we've kept this place. And speaking of programming note, you're currently watching a UTS spinoff. Very rare. This is the pre-UTS show hosted by John and Chris. And it happens when we don't know about time change. And here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, we didn't know. We're doing our own pre-show.
Oh, yeah. I meant to ask, did Mark Dolan say something especially crazy this week? Because Elliot Steele had possibly the funniest tweet written ever about how Mark Dolan was his comedy hero. It's so sad to see him go out this way. Oh my! It was one of those things where I mean, this is very rare, but have you ever texted someone congratulations on a social media post? Like, you're like, I'm not liking and retweeting this. This deserves a face-to-face acknowledgement of how literally he's like, my goal was always to awkwardly host the Amuse Move Saturday night show.
I think, yeah, he said something about like tonight on the show. I'm trying to find it now, but it was something like tonight on the show, I will be defining what is and isn't a woman.
Oh,
and it was just, and with it was just a picture of ovaries, like wild. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Also, like, it's so unnecessarily heavy-handed as well. I made this point last night on stage because someone yelled out, "Let's go, Brandon," and I just made the point of how like fucking loserish and weird it is.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I may not get booked back because it's you should not touch politics, but I did.
Yeah.
And it was and I was just like, do you know how pussified that makes you sound that you guys can't even swear? That you're like it's not fuck Joe Biden, it's like tee hee hee, let's go Brandon. And it's just like I'm on the other side and I'm all for like it's not like schnoobity droobity Trump. It's like Trump can fuck off and eat my shit. Like that's like, let's be clear. You know what I mean?
It's like when you're in high school and you used to hide your insult in a cough. Loser.
Yeah. That was awesome though. That was
like, it's just like you acknowledge that you have no power, and so you have to be a sneaky little bitch about it.
I hear what you're saying, but Chris, how about the old going for the handshake? This whole move? Oh, pulling that it's very good.
So disrespectful. Disrespectful. It hurts. I remember it happening to me, wanting to laugh, but also wanting to hit that guy. Like you.
Oh, it's so fucking mean. I, for years, for most of the time I lived in Toronto, I thought it was so funny to point at like this on someone's chest and then flick their nose. And looking back, what an obnoxious bag of shit.
The worst. Right in your like intimate zone. Just touch.
Yeah.
Don't touch my face. Don't trick me and then touch my face.
Yeah, don't betray me and then do the most annoying thing in the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that whole hand in my mouth if you try it again. Your whole hand is going in my mouth, and I'm gonna lick all of it while it's in there. I'm not gonna have a docile tongue.
Someone quickly Google William Hurt, because my dad just sent me a forward from Variety, and I can only see William Hurt, but I have a feeling William Hurt is dead. If I know anything about my dad and how the news works, here it is.
Dead.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good. I got to tell you, I'm so pleased I was able to predict that perfectly. I'm just like, where's the? I knew it.
Yeah.
I want this out there. How pissed do you think Ashley is at us that we made this mistake?
Annoyed. She'll be coming in hot. She'll be trying to laugh about it, coming in hot. Not impressed. Unimpressed.
Yeah.
It's
fair. I don't. You know why I don't like that? Because she's complete. F. Oh, is Twitch
that's
gone?
for. I think that's for William Hurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Praise be. Praise be, William Hurt. Also, which one is William Hurt? The dad from Lost in Space, the remake of Lost in Space, which I actually really enjoy as a movie, even though it's very bad. I just find it very good.
I don't think so.
Who is William Hurt then?
William Hurt shows up in a lot of.
It is things. General Ross in the MCU. I am right.
That's right. Yes. He's one of those actors where it's like, I know of you, obviously, and I respect your career, but I don't know any. He was in A History of Violence.
Oh, yes, he was.
Yes.
His face got so close to the camera.
Broadcast News. Yeah, he's a spooky dude. He had some spookiness to him.
Broadcast News. Oh, you know what? I also watched on an airplane. Popped on the newsroom. Let me talk to you again, ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
It is like Star Wars is still more realistic than that show. That show is liberal science fiction. There's no way a media conglomerate. First of all, when Charlie Skinner threatens to physically attack the CEO, and like I'm gonna start drinking bourbon and then punch him in the it's just insane.
Yeah, but like that's fine. Like the whole point of it is utopian, and part of what I love about it is that like even in this utopian world where all this insane stuff happens that would never happen, they still lose. Even in a best case scenario, these people doing their best work, really trying to find the truth, have zero impact on the culture. And I think I kind of like that as like a nobody cares. The truth isn't what they're after. And I think that's a remarkable thing to have done in such a utopian show, to still be like, nah, it's not gonna fucking happen, bro.
I mean, Aaron Sorkin does know how to write a couple. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the like. How do I say this? You know, he's who he is for a reason, in that he is able to do that sort of stuff. I still do find, like, the deposition part where Will McAvoy is literally just giving a bunch of random historical comparisons that are so, like, it's so pleasant to listen to, but his actual lawyer would you shut the fuck up, you bloviating ass?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a response from Ashley, who she apologized. That's insane.
No, I think that's her natural. She's an apologizer off the bat.
Yeah, no, but we are in for it. A real egg on the face of the boys here.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna
the
get
old,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Irishness. Boom Stickery's nailed it. That's
yeah. It's one of those things where I have to say I love that we've done this, but it's also, I'm like, oh, I didn't want to stream for 3 hours.
Well, yeah, I mean, I almost shouldn't, because I'm supposed to visit my dad, but we'll see what happens. You know, we'll take it.
All right, we'll figure
it
out
as it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just he just called me, so I was just texting him now.
What did he call you? A good son?
Never, not even once. Bah. See, we knew you apologized on Reflex. You're mad.
Yeah. Hey, listen. If it makes you feel any better, we're both stupid. Both me and him.
Yeah, we made an error. I didn't know that it was daylight savings time.
I
knew it was
have
daylight
missed
savings
25
time.
minutes of the show.
Yeah.
We covered nothing of
Oh
importance.
no.
Yeah, we just talked about.
I don't. This is nobody's fault. This is just.
Oh, you can blame us. We will take the L on this one.
Probably should have known.
Yeah,
I mean, it's my time zone that changed, so maybe it's on me.
No, it's not. No.
I'm glad you're just as ignorant as I am, because I thought it was your time zone that changed as well.
It's our time zone that changed.
It was
Oh, is it?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently it's us. Yeah.
Oh shit! That's so funny.
Yeah. And
this has to be like this. This is how this was. Like I can't even. Hey everyone,
Hey.
I'm back now, and this is so silly. I wouldn't mind, but I was set up and ready to go for 9, and then I was like, right, I'm just gonna go get a drink and like go to the bathroom. I was finishing off my laundry and stuff. Like I was ready to go, and I was just pottering about waiting for 10 o'clock to come around, and missed 25 minutes of the show.
Actually, you don't even know. Not even that. It started off with I was muted, and Chris's kettle just went off, so he went to go sort a kettle. So the first 15 seconds is just the hiss of the kettle. Well, I'm going kettle stuff or whatever, and then it's us just talking, going like, I wonder where Ashley is. Oh, it's probably that thing of like, streaming. We haven't streamed in however many weeks because of. We can talk about that in a second. So she's probably like, it's that one component, like, oh my god, I didn't find this jack for this sort of thing, like all that sort of stuff, and we thought you'd appear, and then and then the chat, of course, gave us the old no bozos.
It's only 9:30 here.
Yeah.
We're all idiots. We are all idiots.
No. Ashley, stop being so from.
Okay,
Ireland.
you know what?
You're
I'm going
not
to
an
take
idiot.
this. You guys are idiots.
Yeah, we done fucked up, son.
Because I was like, because I did the post on the socials that we were going to be doing this, and so I didn't know that the time zones had changed. Oh god.
No, me neither. And I'm blaming my phone because all my fucking clocks auto do it now. So
they auto do it now. Nothing tells you.
Doesn't affect my day at all.
Okay.
I disagree. We're just taking this as it was. Me and Chris are dumb, and time zones are annoying. with time
I'm like,
changes, and it's
you know, when
just
you get a bit
happens.
nervous and you get like hot, prickly things all over you. I have that from this.
Coming in from Shauna Bear, set a reminder now for the 27th March that our time zone changes. I got news for you. I refuse to do that. I will not. We are not learning from this mistake.
Nah.
This
I
is
mean,
a-
this is gold. We've already
will be here
started
alone.
off the show with such great
Yeah.
content.
Yeah, please stop trying to ruin our bits, please.
We actually did this on purpose.
No. That's the best part of the bit. Is that
It's never on
do it on
purpose.
purpose.
Yeah,
It's
we don't-
never on purpose.
Yeah, we.
Oh Christ! What have I missed then? Fill
Nothing.
me in.
We just
the
vamped.
newsroom is utopian but still bleak.
Yeah, we literally.
The alt right is eating itself.
It's
I
really
made
good.
tea.
Yeah.
That's about it. We were just dancing around, just being silly, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
John is touring with an old Boston comic who's very good.
Yeah. I'm in
doing
Vegas.
my
Very
album.
fun. Yes, Chris is recording his album.
Yeah. I'm doing two now. I got a Just for Laughs one as well. That records on Tuesday.
Oh,
Excellent. Oh my
Get
God. Have we covered any of the
Nope.
important stuff? Okay.
No.
We wanted to wait for you.
You waited for me.
Yeah, so we were just dancing around.
Okay.
So
Thanks,
thank you. I think we should do our programming announcement first because that
That's
affects
the important
everyone.
one. Yes.
Yeah. I feel so guilty about who wants to say it. I don't know.
I will say it because I won't be saying it with a guilt trip. You're going to just apologize.
That's
I'm
right.
going to inform you fuckers that this is how it works now. Okay.
Oh,
This
damn.
is how
like
it's
this
going to
new
go.
Oh,
Great.
I feel like this is old Ashley, if anything.
This is how it's going to go. This is what's going to happen. So
This is how we do.
we
it.
are fabulous human beings who have fabulous lives to lead, and we have decided that we will be able to emotionally give more to the show and physically give more to the show and probably technologically give more to the show if we have a little bit more time to work with. So the show is going to be reduced down to one night a week.
Yeah.
Um,
Lockdown was
and
beautiful.
Lockdown was great. We will always have the peak untitled Twitch stream production period. We will always have the year of 2021 when we just kind of went insane together.
Yes.
But we think that it will be better for the show, better for us, better for everybody to reduce it down to once a week, which is kind of, you know, that's what most podcasts do.
Yeah, that's what every podcast does. But we were bored and ambitious.
Yes.
So we stuck with it for, I think, an admirable amount of time.
Yeah, we did what, 200 shows in a year?
Something stupid like that. Something insane.
We definitely did, because we definitely hit 100 on the new channel.
That's it. Yeah, we definitely already have hit it under the new channel. Okay, yes.
Yeah,
We've done
a
over
lot.
200 shows in the space of a year. Like, that's a feat. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was like, actually, it's like 450. Like, I think we did a lot of shows. And
we did everything from September. Yeah, it's just been the schedule was insane. We really hope you all understand. We will rejig Patreon and stuff like that. It will also, that sort of thing we will actually just have time for all that other stuff. And it's also that nice thing of, for me especially, it's that stand-up is coming back and I've got to get a new hour to come.
Look at the chat coming in. It was an insane amount. There's sleep pattern. Like, the chat is going to be grateful for this. You know, it's a lot to keep up with if you really want to keep up with the show. Because I know when I'm a fan of something, like, I want to watch all of the things. But if it's too much, then it's a bit intimidating as well. So I'm slightly relieved. There we go.
Oh,
look,
Kirsten.
this is.
Good.
It's going to be great. We're still going to be here every week, and it means that we will have more time and energy to give to, maybe, as you say, rejigging the Patreon and all that fun stuff.
That will be good. When we decided on it, my first thought was like, how are we going to fit everything that we talk about into once a week.
Yeah, that's
I know.
Well, especially coming back.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we don't have like there's a lot has. Will there still be the occasional mega stream? Oh,
Yes.
Baldy.
Yes,
Indeed,
there will.
are.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll have more time to plan them.
Yeah, we'll be more likely to do them now because we're not
Yeah.
5 days a weeking it. So
Exactly.
Mhm.
And also I have some schemes and plans. I have some ideas for some mega stream ideas because I always thought our funnest one was the roast stream because it was like a big bit and it was like there was a whole section to it and then we could do the quiz. So I was like, what are some other fun idea things? So I can throw those around and we will come
We could
to
do
them.
a game show stream. We could do so much.
One of the ones I was thinking, there's a bunch of different ones that we could definitely do. But yeah,
here's a good question from Twitches: will be a set day or will it change due to schedules? I think we all agreed on a day. Am
Yes,
I
we
right?
did.
Before I speak out of turn,
Yeah.
Sundays. It's going to be
Sundays.
Sundays. At theoretically
This
10
is it.
p.m. depending on time zones.
Yeah, I got news.
10-ish.
Yes, no, definitely there will
10
be
p.m. UK time, but our normal time. Our normal time on Sunday.
Yes.
That sort of stuff. And it's also like for me, part of this big decision and why this was a giant relief was also like stand up is really picking up, and I've committed to a bunch of festivals, which is really great. But I'm just now realizing what that all entails, especially given what else has happened and why we were gone. Another reason, should we just talk about that and get that?
Yeah, that
business
seems
out
like
of
the
the-
next logical.
That's
I'm
the
not
next
even
one.
100% sure which bit you're on about. There's
Our
a few
communal
things to
reason.
be spoken about.
The communal reason. We'll get the absence out of the way.
The reason why the intro video is a bit hard to watch right now is at the very beginning of February we got the very sad news that Paul Byrne passed away. It was and still continues to be the worst fucking thing I've ever lived through. The support and everything from all of you was really, really nice. A lot of people said some really nice stuff in the Discord and reached out, and it was really, really appreciated. And also that you guys really let us just take that time because it was like it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Also, I was doing stand up throughout all of it, which I would like to see those videos because I thought in my head at the time I was like, I'm coping very well. And like looking back now, 6 weeks later, I was like, what were you doing, you idiot man?
I was watching you post about them on Instagram and thinking, what are you doing, you idiot man?
Let me tell you. Okay, so I will tell you this is and I was missing the stream the week. So the weekend Paul passed, I went to San Francisco. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, but it was one of those things where it was you were aware sort of when it possibly could happen, let's just say. And I was in San Francisco when it occurred, and how I would cope is I would do stand up, and I warned everyone like what was going on, and they were like totally fine. If you just need to leave and just let us know. But I would leave the shows, and I had gone to a dispensary, and I said, the situation, I was just like, this is what just happened. I want to get fucked up. And he's like, I know what you need. And I wrote it down for the stream. It's called a King Pen 1.35 gram infused marijuana joint. That's hash oil on the paper soaked through, and then live shatter and resin from dabs inside the joint.
Shut the fuck up.
I will not shut the fuck up. And let me tell you what I did. I smoked about 3/4 of one of those every night and then would walk for 3 hours around San Francisco listening to music that he and I would listen to together and scream, cry, and be angry to the point a homeless guy yelled at me for making a disturbance.
Well, yeah,
This is an excellent comment.
It was the turducken of joints. Yeah. It was like I've never been so involved. I'm like, I am a grieving man, and this is how I choose to grieve. But then it was the second night after where I was by the docks in San Francisco. Great place to grieve. So many good grieving the docks on a hill.
That's where you messaged me from. I talked to you when you were on the docks for a little while. You were very high.
I do remember that. I do remember that. Oh boy. Oh man, I had a conversation with Flick Ward on the phone that I think was just me screaming on the phone, like just crying on the phone, and her going, "Oh mate, oh man," and then I was like, "Felicity, I gotta go." So much of that, but yeah. Oh boy, fuck me dead. Other fun part: Uber driver couldn't find me when we got the news it was happening, and he clearly wanted to have a fight, and I just got in the Uber and went, my best friend just died, and he just went, "I am so sorry. Where would you like to go?" And I was like, the destination. He's like, "Oh yeah," and just silent, smooth, and it was very good, very good stuff. Chris, what was it? Because I sort of could go into admin mode because I knew I was going to fly over.
Yeah. Well, you said that when you agreed, you were like, everything goes into work now. This is how I cope. And you were sort of very clear about like, I'm going to do shows. I'm going to write. This is where I live. I'm going to listen to music. John and I were sending each other sad music.
Oh my God.
That's the most depressing playlist that exists. Guarantee.
David Crosby and just some female choral singers.
I was going to say David Crosby made an appearance. I'm 100% sure of that.
And not young, spry David Crosby. We're talking David Crosby's most recent album where he does a cover of Stephen Stills and Joni Mitchell. That's his ex-girlfriend and his old friend now, Bitter Enemies song, Woodstock. And it sounds like a funeral dirge, and it is fucking excellent. Oh, it's so fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. That was
yeah.
I've been listening to that Frank Turner album a lot since it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So was I.
Positive Songs for Negative People. Damn.
Very good.
That's an high
Very
rotation.
good stuff. So yeah, we'll go through the whole. So basically, what happened is he passed away. I flew over to England for the funeral. So here's the following things you never want to see. By the way, never ever do I ever want to live in a world where I see JJ Whitehead cry. Ever do I want that ever again?
Yeah.
It was
puppy crying.
It was like watching a Labrador freeze to death on Christmas morning.
No.
Like it was just why are we doing this? This is like it was like it was like it just because this is how it started. He just turned to me at the end of the wake and he just went, "Buddy, I don't think I can take it anymore." And it's like, oh shit, we're gonna lose JJ,
man.
He was real good. I think JJ's plan, and I really appreciated it, was he just went to London and I'm just going to socialize until I feel better, is what he said. And I liked it.
Nice. That's how I did it. I immediately
not a bad plan.
I went to go see my family, and then I immediately ran over to the mainland and spent like 3 days with my friends. So I was just like, I am alone on an island, and my friend is dead. So I don't want to be alone on an island.
Yeah. I go a different way. I just go, we'll just try and run from these feelings. But yeah, going over to England was wild. First of all, never stayed in a hotel the whole time. Very convenient in that city. Also, was able to definitely not in any way source weed before I even got to my hotel. I definitely did not do that. Got a Domino's pizza turned on the TV. Ocean's 11 starting right then.
Oh, I was like, what a perfect movie.
Yeah, goddamn right. Goddamn right. I was someone bet. Oh, it was perfect. Especially given, I don't know if you saw my social media, but the flight over was a real boudel.
Yeah. I saw that live.
I took a sleeping pill, and then for some reason they didn't put my food on my tray. They just put it on my body. So when I woke up, all the food spilled. And this did actually kind of make it better, which is when the flight attendant came back, I could see on her face.
Podcast listeners, we're laughing so hard we're not making sounds.
Yeah. she
I chose a bad moment to take a drink.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never seen someone more realize, be like,
why would they do that?
That's all my fault. I don't know. And what made it even more insulting was I had paid for like a window seat just so I could sleep, and they gave me the middle of the middle seat because BA either had a cyber attack or just had a system crash. So it was wild. It was wild shit. It was so fucking like at a certain point I was like, this is the funniest. Of course it's happening this way, and then getting to the hotel and be like, I just need a win here, and then literally click, and then just Danny Ocean walking out of the prison. I was like, oh, Bernie Mac is going to soothe me. Just weirdly hold that man's hand. And then I had a bunch of sad drinks with people. Got to the funeral. Now this part will be in my stand-up, but I share it with all of you. We're 5 minutes before the funeral. Ashley, have you heard? Did I? Oh, you may have gotten a sense of what happened. Do you know what happened?
I don't know what happened.
Okay, watch Ashley's face for this reaction. So 5 minutes before the funeral, Paul's brother comes up to me and goes, because with everything, he went, I forgot to tell Larry Dean we wanted him to do a eulogy. No. Larry isn't prepared. Can you do it? And I said, sure, let's fucking do this. I grabbed Carl Donnelly because I'm like, I need a steady hand on the wheel to fucking, like, because I'm like, how does one do a eulogy? You need to like have some time. So it's like we go, and then Andrew Maxwell, Ed goes and grabs Maxwell. So it's like, so two sides of the thing. Maxwell comes. Maxwell's clearly aware of the situation and is so nervous. He wants to impart, not to make the speech about yourself or weird. So he says the following, and he meant this with such good intention, but for the next 7 minutes, he told a story about a wedding he went to. I don't know these people. Where the bride, when she was 4, saw a bunch of ducks fucking at the side of a riverbank. And when ducks have sex, it's incredibly violent and intense. There's feathers flying everywhere. It's really fucked up.
Oh, we didn't in-depth look at graphics.
Yeah,
of their
we
genitals
had a
and
look
why.
at duck genitals and sex. Yeah.
So it's a wild scene, and it scarred her. And how she got through it was she sang a song about it, which the dad then sang as part of his wedding speech, which Maxwell then sang for me while I'm trying to write the eulogy. And then the funeral started, and I've written, start with something personal. And then the letter D, because I almost wrote duck, because someone kept saying duck rape near me while I was trying to be very emotional and write a speech. So then we had the funeral, and I'm very lucky that an anecdote came to me, and I feel I delivered in a tricky situation, but I have never in my life, as an agnostic person, more been like, all right, there might be something up there, because the guy in the box would find this the funniest of anyone, and I don't think there's a scientific explanation that can explain fucking Andrew Ireland's stupid old man in his 50s nattering anxiety, but it was absolutely wild.
Well,
That is
Oh
excellent.
my God. I watched the live stream because they had that available, which I was really happy about. And so I was up early in the morning so I could watch it. And when John explained what happened, I was very impressed. It was a good eulogy regardless, but especially good.
Oh my God.
It was riffed. That's what all those anything can be a podcast shows were leading to, John.
Oh my God, right, exactly. Thank fuck I joined the improv team at 17, or there would have been a real dead zone at that funeral. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Also, it was a truly wonderful send off, capped off by
it was pretty beautiful. It was
Paul doing a joke, and I gotta say, I love that this was honored, which was he always, oh my God,
that made me laugh.
He always talked about he wanted to be cremated to Disco Inferno. And
I've been to a couple cremations. It's the first one I've seen get an applause break. That's
great.
It was fucking amazing. It was because also everyone dawned on it. I think I had the bleakest reaction to it, which was I sat there going, "Why does this feel weird?" And I was like, "Oh, because it feels like someone's stealing Paul's joke." And then it was like, "No, he's doing his joke." And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah." I figured that in front of Ben Tarjay, who then started just rubbing my back lovingly. Oh, by the way. Get Ben. If you're ever in a sad jam, get that man near you. It's just he's like a doting goose from a fairy tale. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, would you like a cucumber sandwich? You seem stressed. Like, why do you have these prepared? It's such a loving. Like, it's just that guy rules.
Yeah, he's very caring.
Yeah.
It's very wonderful.
Indeed. Thank you for saying that, Alex, and thank you again for the support from everyone. It was a wild thing. Also, seriously, that song was so funny.
Holy shit, it was so funny.
It took me a couple of days to pro. Oh, it was so good. The drinks afterwards were wild. I don't know. Like, all I know is I drank. Like, I literally was like, I'm going for one beer. I just went for it. Like,
you were never going for one beer.
Yeah, but I also can. But sometimes I will get.
No. You can, but not on that day.
It's more this is like sometimes I just want one and then I'm done, or I'll get my drinking boots on and then it's like, oh, like shut it, like gentlemen, we die here. Like I was ready to go for it. And thank God I didn't remember that I knew a pub in Camden that was open till 5 because I would have gone to that pub. And I needed to open for Larry Dean the next day. Oh, by the way, Larry Dean driving hungover, excellent. Always wants to stop to use the bathroom, could always buy a sandwich.
That made me laugh so fucking hard when I saw you doing shows with them because I asked you when you were going over. I was like, "Are you going to be doing shows?" And you were like, "No, I'm not going to do any shows.
I can tell you why.
For the funeral to grieve." And I remember as you were saying it, I was like, "I can't believe this guy's just lying to my fucking face."
I can tell you why. I can tell you why. I was not going to do any. I turned down so many shows, and then I asked Larry what he was doing the day after.
Yeah,
and he was like, "I have to go on tour in Bristol," and then he went, "Can you open for me?" And I was like, yes, I can. Like it was one of those ones where it's like, yeah, my buddy needs a buddy, and I'm going to be a buddy. The last thing, like, I woke up that morning and JJ had texted me that he was ordering a pizza for breakfast and then going to watch a movie on it. And I was like, that's what I want to do. Instead, I'm going to have a wet shit and I'm going to try it and I'm going to have a Gatorade.
Hold on, say that again and really lean into it.
I'm going to have a wet shit and then get a fucking Lucozade Sport and drive to Bristol and see a goth.
Can someone loop him saying, "I'm going to take a wet shit," just over and over and over again? I'd really like that just for me.
Kimmers, the same thing happened to me.
Yeah. Everyone was
but it's not
surprised.
us. It's not our fault. It's these guys. These guys did it.
Yeah.
How
we
2022
made
blaming men for things they definitely did. But yes, no, it was it was something that I don't think I'll ever get over, but it was weirdly cathartic to go. What happened?
David shot himself.
One of us. One of them.
One of us. One of us. Google gaggle David whore. Google gaggle David whore.
Excellent. We're gonna want that story someday soon, David.
David,
we have too much to cover today, but someday soon.
Just next week. If this is mostly just for Kimmers who just arrived late, but I feel like she needs to know because it will affect her schedule. Is that the UTS is just for anyone new who's joined is moving to from 5 days a week to 1 day a week because we all need to get our respective other careers going again. Yes. But we will be here every Sunday. 10 o'clock UK time, unless time zones interfere with that, which, let's all be honest, they're going to.
Yeah. Until March 27th, at least.
Oh, yeah. And I don't even know. I mean, at least it's not daily. Thank God. Because if it was, and we will adjust Patreon stuff and everything like that. We really appreciate you all understanding. And please enjoy all of our back episodes. And to you podcast listeners.
Oh, wow. John just disappeared. 2 podcast listeners, I quit. That's what John says. That's what he's up to. Unbelievable.
I mean, so far the show has been flawless.
Oh, yeah. it's nice to come back and just be like, this is our show. Yeah, this is.
Yeah,
I
this
know
is
this.
us. We're back, baby. We are back.
John, you want to tell us what happened? And
he's gone again.
all right, we'll keep him off for a little while. Ashley, how
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm okay. I am okay.
Good.
In
That's
like a
great.
genuine way.
Good. Good.
I've hit some emotional walls and I've gotten over them.
Amazing.
I have been working a lot. I got fireworks. I love fireworks. I've been working a lot because I didn't really address it very much on the show. I was kind of afraid, but now I think I can say a little tiny bit, which is that I got a job on a film set in Glasgow. I can't say which one, but the internet knows all.
You look up films in Glasgow. It's pretty.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. But it's great, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm learning about a lot of new opportunities and stuff. And this week I got another job. Baldy, I can neither confirm nor deny, my friend. But yeah, so I've got another job lined up in Ireland, actually, for June and July. And
Is it for the GA?
It's not for the GA.
Oh, Ashley, ooh.
I absolutely know nothing about what's on the screen. Not at all. And it's great. It's actually just completely changed my approach to what I want to do with my life, myself. And I feel really good about the prospect of just being a freelance, whatever the fuck I am. And that's
Ashley, move
how it's going to go.
To Los Angeles. Following perks.
Don't tempt me.
One.
Don't tempt me.
That accent is a real.
Oh, I will bet everyone.
Oh, mate, you
hold on. Now you say that again.
Say that again.
I said I will bet everyone.
You know what to do, guys. Loop that. Loop it. I'm looking for ringtones.
We should have branded merch ringtones.
Yeah, we should also develop an app because it's definitely 2009. Do you guys remember that when people made their own apps? I remember that. I
remember trying to record my ringtone off the radio. Like Red FM would announce that a song was going to be on in a minute. And they would tell you so that you could press record on your phone to get the song and record it as your ringtone.
Wow.
Legends. That radio channel has gone downhill since then. But, that was excellent.
Ringtone warnings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Radio is one of those things that I definitely do miss, and the world is better for listening to music. Like, Spotify is a horrific company, and Apple Music is really fucked, but they have figured out how to funnel new music to the people that will listen to that new music in a way that radio never could. But I still miss the inconvenient randomness of radio. But it's also like the first thing I wanted to be in show business was on the radio. Like, I wanted to be a morning drive time DJ, and then I got to meet some of those people, and I was like, I want the nighttime bitterness of stand-up comedy, not the morning bitterness of couldn't even make it in advertising.
This is an aside, but did either of you ever call into a radio about like a radio show about anything?
All the time. All the time.
Do you remember any of those topics that you called in about?
Oh, mine was never like talk radio call-in. I called in for every competition.
I won a competition on the radio once.
Never won once.
I won tickets to see Westlife.
Yeah, you did.
My God. Oh, Kiss the Blarney Stone, too.
I
what
know,
an
right?
God damn.
It was great. I think I won something else once as well, but yeah. I won tickets to see Westlife, and I went with my mum, and it was great. It was actually a really great concert.
I called in a bunch of times, and I remember one time they, I don't know who the fuck was on but I could hear them broadcasting the radio through my phone. So they put me on speakerphone in the studio by accident instead of putting me on hold. So I was just in the background commenting on everything that they were saying. And my brother came into my room. He's like, "Can I hear you on the radio?" Yelling into my phone on speakerphone. That's the
thank you for subscribing, Kira's B.
Thank you for the subs.
I used to call in and argue with the right-wing talk radio host that was on and on as a kid, and my grandmother would then call in and refute, and we would have a political dispute on the radio between us while in the same house. Yeah, I am, if anything, very true to form. Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Perfect. Yeah, that's great. I have never told a single person this.
Oh my God. You're Opie from Opie and Anthony.
You knocked a homeless man's pie right out of his hand?
First of all, Chris, we all know he put a cake in front of that homeless man and then jumped on the cake. And it is making it much, much worse. It is much worse.
So I once called into the radio because so it was one of the discussion forum things, right? And I never usually, it was not something I did, but I was listening to the radio on one occasion and the topic just stirred me so much that I was like, I need to do this. And I called in and I asked them if I could use a fake name. And because they have your number and stuff like that. So I was just kind of like, yeah, something like that. I don't know. So I was just like, can I please not use my real name? But I was 21 years old. They had been talking about the leaked nudes of Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, the fappening.
And yeah, the leaked nudes of loads of different celebrities, and they were talking about that. I don't remember exactly why I brought up what I brought up, but they had definitely said something to prompt it. But I was just I've never told anyone this, and I'm very aware of it. I called up and I said that it was really stressing me out that all of the leaked nudes were women who had no pubic hair, that it was freaking me out a lot.
Not that they were leaked. not that the insane invasion of privacy and
no. I kind of said on the thing, I was like, I said the invasion of privacy is one thing. Yeah, I said the invasion of privacy is one thing, but and that's a discussion that was being had all over the place. But for me, I was just like, why is it that every, I don't know. At the time, and since then, there's been a big wave of body hair positivity and stuff. But at the time, I was just like, why is it why do we all want to look like children?
I'm not trying to deflect. I just want you to know how I experienced this story was my internet was cutting in and out again because apparently it's really bad in Vegas. So I was trying to follow the story, and all I heard was, I've never said this to anyone. Jennifer Lawrence. I was complaining about the lack of pubic hair, and as soon as you said that, I was like, leaked photos. That was a weird complaint. Why is there that weird complaint? Holy shit! I've absolutely tracked this, and it was the most insane. It is one of those things where to be like, there's no way. That's exactly what she. Holy shit! You've done it. Like wow. Also, can I just say what a fantastic. What was that pop noise? Is Chris? Are you going to have a cigarette?
Chris joining on his phone because he was going to go have a cigarette. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you see me? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Oh,
it's not. I hate that. I hate that very much.
Yeah. Anyway, it stressed me, and I just decided, as I was 21 at the time, and I called in, and I was just like, I think it's sad that we're all expected to remove all body hair at all times.
I think it's funny that you thought it was a
I
statement.
also-
Like they were doing it at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't just
I
their
know.
pubes. It was like,
I gotta say, actually, the honesty of that energy is so fucking great. Like the there is a level of you in that statement. You know what I mean? Like that's one of those things where you stood up, started chant, and realized it's you and 3 other people, and it's the most phenomenal thing I've ever witnessed. Because I'm always that guy who's like, we've got to solve this Oh, what is there more? Go ahead.
There's 2 other things to say about this event, right? The first one is that I then experienced an onslaught of homophobia from the radio listeners because everybody texted in to say we think she's gay.
wow, those are really
even on the
intuitive
phone.
radio listeners. I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah.
The second
thing, the internet got you. Actually, I love it so much. By the way, how fucking backwoods is this radio station? We're like, listen, I'm gonna say it. Adult women should be allowed to have pussies. Would you get this raving lesbian off my radio, please?
That's exactly what it was.
Oh man.
The second thing, which I think you'll really, really enjoy, is that the radio presenter I was talking to was none other than Ryan Tuberty.
Is that the latest guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he really enjoyed this conversation.
Oh my
That's
god.
cool. So if you ever meet him, then you've got like an in. You've got a conversation starter.
Yeah.
I called into your radio show about pubes. Do you remember?
Yo. I now want you to get on the Late Late Show, and he's like, "Oh, have we ever met before?" Like, yeah, Rye. I talked to you about Jennifer Lawrence's Bush in 2011, baby.
Hey, Tet, I am an endless canyon of content.
Hairy
Canyon of content.
of content.
Yeah, Canyon of Content, by the way, was the thing that you wanted to make sure to shaved. I can't.
Oh, God.
Goddamn right, Baldy. He is no Pat Kenny. I cannot think of anything more disturbing to say to a woman before sex more than allow me to now plunge into your cavern of content.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real bad.
My
real bad thing to say. I don't like that.
And I'm going to clean.
If anyone
your
ever says that to
cavern of
anyone,
content.
you have the
Oh my
right.
God.
Like you can slaughter them, and that's that's self-defense right there.
What's the worst dirty? You don't have to say, but I'm going to just say this. What's the worst dirty talk that's ever been slung your way? I feel it like it's like I want to see mucus or something like. Bleh.
No, I've never had anything that bad. Quite recently,
Nice little brag there, like that.
Yeah, very
just
humble
dropping it
brag.
in. Just dropping it in.
I mean,
PSA.
if it helps, it's the same
Pow, pow, pow.
one event. There hasn't been more. So yeah, there was like a thing where.
I'm sorry. March 13th, hairy cavern of content. Well, and
That's the name of the show. Oh Christ alive. Anyway, yeah, there was a like he kept like it wasn't that it was so dirty, it was just that it was so weird that he kept like telling me he was imagining us in a different place. And I was just like, what is the and okay, specifically in a workplace. It was somebody I worked with, and he was like trying to tell me that he was imagining us doing this on the it was on
understood.
Set. It was so poorly executed. Anyway,
Did he describe the look on Brendan Fraser's face when he caught you?
No. We're not.
we're not moving past describing anything sexual as poorly executed is one of the most like talk about disregard, capital dis. Holy fucking shit. That is mean, madam.
And that's not even one that like you appreciate the approach, because like we've all tried things where it's like, that didn't work out quite as we planned. But you know what? What a swing. What a fucking swing that was. This is a bad bad idea, poorly executed.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of like so well chosen, so well done is the key to theater. You know what I mean? Like it's the exact opposite, like so badly chosen, so badly executed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like those videos of the guys that try to jump over a car when they're running at full speed and the car's driving at them. They try to jump and the car just hits them. It's a bad idea and you fucking failed, bro.
It was the film Cats of Dirty Talk.
Release the butthole cut.
Yeah, it is the invasion of the Ukraine of Dirty Talk, is what you're saying.
It wasn't that bad. I feel like there's definitely been, who?
Can you hear what's going? Can you hear what's going on outside?
Yes. Is there anything to see?
I'll almost find out. I can't see anything so far.
Ah! I can't hear it at all. What's going on?
There's so many sirens.
Oh, okay.
I can't even see where they're coming from. But yeah, no. Currently in Las Vegas. I'm not going to do that. You see exactly where I'm staying. And I do not want to violate Twitch's terms of service. But no, I'm staying in Las Vegas. By the way, guys, Vegas. I never liked it. I've had so much fucking fun because it's just, I've had just nothing but sadness in my heart. And this town is one giant, just like, doodaloo, 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 doodaloo. And because weed is legal now, everyone's so calm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's just one big silly time. So you can just go for like a few days and you just act like a fool and give into it. You just can't fight it. That's the thing about Vegas. Don't fight it. Just let it wash over you. Be in Vegas for 3 days and then leave immediately. But
I've been
for those
here
3 days, man.
I've been
6
here
days,
for
7 days.
7 days. I mean, I will say
That's too
this. My Japanese friend came here on Friday, and I definitely realized I hadn't like talked to anyone about what I had been feeling for 5 days. So I felt great because there was just a big jar of rage in my belly. But then I saw someone, and then I was suddenly like, I guess that's what I'm going to tell you. And now I feel much better. We took the day. I ate at Le Cirque yesterday. Oh my God, guys.
Ooh.
Old world French dining presented by a fountain. Why the fuck not? Oh, I had to buy a shirt because they stipulated a collared shirt, long sleeve. And I was like, that feels personal, but I respect it.
I like that. I like a dress code every now and then.
Here's the thing. It's case specific dress code. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want
That's
you prove to me you deserve dress code.
Yeah. I went to a bar in Cork once and they weren't
Bring it
letting
on.
people in if they had trainers on, and I was like, you're a bar in Cork.
But sometimes
this is not appropriate.
There's a bar in Ottawa, my hometown. There's a few that are like this. One called the Moon Room that is like collared shirt, sort of nice. And why they do it is they're literally like, our business plan is really nice wine and conversation, and it's a way of just no one is in here to get fucked up. And like there, by the way, in no way was there a lot of drugs going on in there in the year 2005, as far as I understand. But it's one of those things where it was still very mellow. And that's sort of why I can understand it being done for that purpose. And when it's done for a reason, I'm all for it. I'm into it. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice to go to a place where the vibe is curated in such a way that you know how your night's gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I like to go to a place like that's why I like sitting at the bar in Hawksmoor sometimes, because it's like Everyone's chill. They're all here to have a nice thing and a nice time. No one's gonna fucking freak out. And then every now and then I like going and drinking at a casino because it's like I'm gonna watch someone have the worst day of their life, and they are gonna take it out on the people around them, and that's fun too. But like I just know, like knowing what I'm getting into sometimes, you know.
I completely, though it's the one thing that I think that the UK is lacking right now because they've weatherspooned a lot of the pubs, is that there isn't like a organically grown semi scumbag we're drinking here pub. Do you know what I mean? Because Weatherspoons, because it's cheap, it has a going in sadness, not the organic this is what we're doing sort of vibe. I think that is a thing that's sorely lacking. And I say that because LA has those things in spades, and it is
if you're looking for those, head to Old Vegas. Head to the old strip in Vegas.
Absolutely. I also went
there's
to
some
the arts.
fucking bleak spots in there. Damn.
I went to the arts district here. Is fucking amazing. I walked the whole strip one day. Oh, it's been fantastic. I also been getting super stoned in the parking lot, and I found this corner of the parking lot, and I just put on funk music and then just danced and walked back and forth. Felt good.
Nice.
Felt real good.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of Lizzo, those sort of things.
That Lizzo album goes so hard.
It certainly does. Do we have any other news to cover?
I got mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. We could
All
do
right.
that.
We also,
if you want to.
Yeah, we also don't have to.
Yeah, it's just easier to just say it, and that way later on I don't have to fucking dance around it. I hate doing that shit. So the news is Sadaf and I are getting a divorce, which sucks and is hard and not cool, but it was also, my idea, so I sort of stand by it. It was just she's great, I'm cool. We just weren't good together for a while, so that's where we're at. So that's there. So just so that's out there and people know, that's part of it. So that's so it was, and it happened like a couple days after Paul's funeral. It was a heavy week, man.
Oh my God.
Heavy week.
I remember because you reached out. And for my first was first of all, way to steal my bit, Chris. Second of thought, I was just like, because I was sat on a sofa of a person who may or may not occasionally appear in this chat, and got that text and was just like, oh, oofy, boofy, and so it popped up, and oh my God, hits
so
keep coming.
We're cool, like we're talking regularly and we get along, and like ups and downs obviously, but like we're cool. But yeah, so that's that. So if I start bringing like weird divorce guy energy, just know that's where that's coming from.
We were just about running out anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't worry, guys.
I have somehow ended up in a divorced men's club podcast.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, the other announcement we have to make is we're slowly transitioning UTS to be a manosphere podcast, which, by the way, is a group of men that believe they may or may not be descended from wolf DNA, and I'm not even making any of that up. It's just the world is a
I fully believe that's a thing.
That's Tiger's absolutely right. Come on, Ashley. Quickly marry and divorce someone. Get on board.
Oh, yeah. Wait, Ashley, do you know what this means? This means it's now a three-way contest to who is going to have the first UT wedding. I suggest it should be. See, I see it's now. I'm going to say
it won't be me. I'm a hopeless case.
I disagree. I think like it's going to be one of those things where it's going to meet like the person, and then it's just going to be like one and done.
Do you know what? People have been saying that to me for years.
100%.
People, a lot of my friends who've had kind of boyfriends since I was a teenager and stuff, they're always just like, yeah, but you're just going to meet one person and that's going to be it. And I'm like, I don't know.
Also, I know a lot of people. I am that much older than all the people that have like been with the person since high school. They get divorced in their 30s, and then you do not even know how sad those people they
don't know how life works.
Yeah.
No, like they don't know how to text. Like it's one of those things where it's like, I will never forget the Christmas. A friend of mine had been in a relationship for 8 years, and I had like him and his gal like hunkered down. No one saw them for almost a decade, and he came out, and my first seeing him after 8 years was he was running from 4 bouncers because he was in like a steakhouse having dinner, and 2 girls were kind of chatty at the bar. He got drunk, thought that they wanted a threesome, and tried to fight the bouncers because he's a fighty man. And we had to calm him down, and it was just like, I don't know what you're doing. You just like you think movies are real. This is insane. Yeah.
Yikes. That is wow. I mean, that makes me feel much better about where I'm at. That's good.
Oh.
I remember I was sitting. I was doing a charity show a few like maybe 3 days after we split, and I was sitting with the 2 comics beforehand, and they were like, tell me, they were, comics are venting about all kinds of stuff. And they were like, how about you? I was like, well, I was, my friend's funeral about 5 days ago. That was very sad. And then my wife and I are getting divorced. And they both stopped and they went, oh, and you just let us talk?
Oh.
Oh dear, this is great. This is a great plan for post-divorce Chris. I like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
a little bit
of where's Beardy Noise? He'd be all over that, man.
Chris, do an OnlyFans, please.
Just the feet.
Oh,
just the feet.
Actually, sometimes Twitchers will marry you just for the divorce. I smell a mega stream. I smell a fucking. And I, by the way, know where there's. I know
can do it. I'm a minister. I can.
No, you
can.
I goddamn know you. Oh my god. Well, let's consider this. That would be very funny. It doesn't have to be legally binding, but we'd have to speak to my.
Can it be legally binding over the internet? Did that happen during lockdown? Did people have like virtual weddings?
I'm sure.
Yeah, because
they definitely did. Yeah. So John, I had one of my I had like a flashback to something you told me about from your divorce, where I was talking to a bunch of friends on the phone and they were going down, and I'd forgotten that half of I've got like a WhatsApp group of like 12 guys that I grew up with, and they're all still really close every single day. Half of them are also divorced, and so they were like, "We got you, man. Like, we know what this is. Don't worry about it." And so they called and they gave me they were like giving me advice and telling me about stuff I was going to go through. And I didn't learn anything about my divorce. I just learned a shitload about their divorces.
100%. So the main thing with a divorce, and it's the best, is, and also people in relationships will start doing this too. It's like the first 3 is you find out what's wrong with everyone's relationship. Every single, like it is. I know something I know a bedrock thing of like one friend of mine's relationship that is like, wow, that's not good. Like it's like you're like, okay.
The funniest one to me was like, because I got some that were like in good divorces and they were like, heads up, there's a lot of admin involved and you're gonna need to work together. So like don't like lash out if you feel that way, like sit on it for a day kind of stuff. And try to make it as nice as possible because like you guys still get along. And it was all very sort of like matter of fact, like nice stuff. And then the next guy that I talked to was like, first off, block her on everything. She will come at you. And I was like, whoa, clearly you don't know Snap very well. And B, what the hell happened in your divorce? Like, Jesus, man.
Christ.
I will say this: the advice you get from women about going through a divorce and advice you get from men, all the male advice is from their lens, and all the advice you get from a woman I found was so like general and adapted. Like it'd be like, this is what would happen, but actually that's not going to happen to you because of this. So what you want to do is this. And it was so interesting, and it's just like, this is my experience. This must be everyone's experience. From what I heard, this is everyone's experience. So I think it'll go this way. And it was just a fascinating, like, well, that's why the world's the way it is, isn't it? Ashley, you have so much to look forward to. And also, Chris, have you had my personal favorite, and like the moment where it really felt good was like, all right, we're moving through the thing. That's what I cried for a full day. I look back on that with such fondness because people's faces were wild. Like, just like, I think at least some of my neighborhood will always remember me as the man they're convinced murdered his whole family and then walked to Ralph's. Because I was dressed head to toe in all black, with a black mask with a red X on it, literally. The mask wet with tears. There's nothing in this world more terrifying than a man wearing a wet mask.
Mm-hmm.
You should call your next tour the Walking and Crying Tour. I think that's.
I mean, I gotta tell you, so every suggested title for this show, besides the one that we are going with, which is David Hoare's, "Hey, have you got any ointment by John Hastings?" Oh, people are very angry about it, but it's very good. It's that. Bunch of people are like, you should call it Old Young Man, and I'm like, no, that's very insulting. And of course, I've gotten a couple. Have you thought of Battle of Hastings? Have you thought of calling it 1066? Winning the battle for Hastings, the classics.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, that's like me getting always bet on bets or some shit like that.
Oh yeah. Take a bet on that.
Fucking nonsense.
I called my first show Manning Up because I was like, it'll only work for our first show.
Well,
After that, get your shit together.
We've already given you shit for that one, so I remember you saying.
I know, but like, I was just like, I can do it for the first one. Nobody gives a shit about that one.
Okay, sometimes Twitch is really bringing it when it comes to content here. We could get mega streams. I don't know why I pressed that, but either way, I'll just keep reading. Thank you.
There we go.
We could get 2 mega streams easily out of this: a wedding one, and 1 week later a divorce one. Ashley, would you prefer a ring pop or a Haribo ring? I'm not saying that we would do this, but I am saying that Chris is an ordained minister, and we are really starting to get some traction. This is sounding like a stupid idea. I think I do have that tuxedo T-shirt.
I'm not getting married on the stream. I am not going through a load of paperwork for the sake of a joke.
Okay, how about this? What if we don't do any of the paperwork part? We just do a fake wedding mega stream.
I like that.
That could be fun.
I don't want any of the actual paperwork. I thought it would just be funny to just have a wedding and then do a quiz.
I think that's very funny, and I think it'd be even funnier if I just secretly make it official anyway.
I mean, that's the thing also. But wait,
See, I could get so screwed over by this. I could be stuck, and then they won't. Who is it that's offering to marry me? Was it Kimmers or was it sometimes Twitches?
Yeah. Hence,
so sometimes Twitches. Kit Kat, she could totally just refuse to divorce me. I could end up in a fucking messy divorce, man.
Yeah. Imagine
she could claim the stream.
Ashley. Imagine the content.
She could try and get the show out of the divorce.
Fitzhyam did a wedding speech on Watson streams that never ended. Well, that's a Fitzhyam move, ladies and gentlemen. Also, oh my God. Oh, Tim Fitzhyam. Oh, that guy's.
Yeah, we would need to have a prenup stream.
Oh my God, prenup stream.
And then we have a stag do, obviously.
I assume you'll be played down the aisle by Tim Fitzhyam playing a teapot. I assume we can get him to do the wedding match.
There's no other way to do it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it sounds like you want it to be official.
Joint custody of the private chat.
Very smart. Very nice.
Oh dear.
David Hoare has sent me something that I think we're all going to want to hear.
Is it me or is it John?
Start it again.
I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone.
Why do I feel like that? Why do I feel like that is going to be played at my actual wedding?
I feel like. Oh my God, that's very.
I'm
fun.
never gonna have a wedding now that's in the universe.
One more time for the people at the back.
Yeah. Hit it one more time.
It's so poppy.
Everyone. I will bed everyone.
You know what it really sounds like?
Everyone. I will bed everyone.
Okay. Do you remember the skate?
How did I naturally make it quite melodic?
Exactly, but it was also you sound like not Avril Lavigne, but Fifi Dobson, which was the Canadian version of Avril Lavigne after Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Like
Avril Lavigne has new
perfectly
music.
key for
That
being
is my latest news. Avril Lavigne has new music, and it's amazing.
Is it really?
Good? I haven't listened to it yet.
She didn't try and reinvent herself. It is quintessential Avril Lavigne. I love it.
You know what's funny? I've seen this remarked of like people like she just stuck to her guns, and I was like, no one was pressuring Avril Lavigne to update. You know what I mean? No one was like,
no, I know, but she totally could have gone another way anyway.
I
you know?
wholeheartedly just I don't think
she has the
could've.
pipes though. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know.
I was gonna say you said Canadian version. Avril Lavigne is Canadian.
No. But she was worldwide. Fifi Dobson was just the Avril Lavigne we got in Canada.
The local version.
Fun fact about Fifi Dobson: her guitar player was the son of my drama teacher in high school. That guitar player is now Justin Bieber's musical director. Yeah. Weird fun fact. We found all of this out because a friend of mine was at the Horseshoe Tavern in Toronto. That guy dropped in, set. And they ended up having a beer together and figured all of that out. And it was the craziest text I've ever gotten in my entire life.
That's funny.
I will bet everyone needs merch. Oh my God. Do we do a fundraiser to raise money for a I will bet everyone bed? And then we burn that bed.
I think I will bet. I'm putting that in the spreadsheet. I will bet everyone merch. I like that.
Fabulous. I can't wait till my parents ask me what that's about.
Just say about me. Just say about
you know,
yeah.
It could have
Also,
been any of us.
I feel like, you know, my parents both just watch this stream. Do you understand the amount of averting the gaze we have to do around the family dinner table occasionally? Just one of them mentions gardening and then just stares at me with a, and I don't want you to see you in there at all. You know what I mean?
Excellent. Was there other updates? I mean, I had so much has happened, and I don't even remember.
I am now, and this is for everyone in America. I am an example that you can use to any anti-vaxxer. I discovered 3 days before I applied for Paul's funeral that if you're not an American citizen, the U.S. government can freeze your bank accounts until you show papers. And here's how I learned that: they froze all my bank accounts. And they were like, well, you have to just present all your papers. And I was like,
hey, like vaccination papers.
No, my passport and like literally like my passport, green card, social security, like prove you're
But why?
Could be a terrorist.
Why did they freeze? Oh,
because I'm already there for like 2 years.
I've been here for 4 years.
And so why did they tell you why you were chosen? Because they didn't do that to every fucking immigrant.
Anyone who's a non-American citizen at any random time, they could just do it. You have to go in person to a bank and have these things with you, so they will open your accounts again. And what I was like, wow, what if I was in the middle of Tennessee where it had been 3 days beforehand? It's happened. They were like, that's not our problem. And I was just like, holy shit.
That's crazy.
It was wild. And like, well, you were notified. And I was like, I was absolutely not notified. And then I proved that. And they were like, oh, so I'm like switching banks. Oh, damn. I should also mention, I do secretly own Chelsea Football Club. Did I not mention that? I also have I have a controlling interest in RT and the Sputnik network. I forgot to mention that. By the way, yeah, insane. That was one of the most, and it was literally as I was like, there was a like anti-vax protest in LA, and it was like, you guys are protesting a thing, but it's like, I guarantee none of you would give a fuck that I, an American, have to do this every day, right there. Yeah, you've never protested this tyrannical Patriot Act bullshit. But oh yeah, absolute bull fucking garbage.
That's crazy, man.
Insane. Yeah, frozen bank account. Yeah, the grieving, everything else. I think, is that all of our big news?
I think so. I'm moving to Toronto in a couple weeks.
Oh, I want to talk to you about that. Ashley, I also think you should move to Toronto. I've been thinking about this. Is that everyone...
You also think I should move to LA. You gotta pick a lane.
LA.
My main lane is all people should leave the UK. All people in the chat who are in the UK, you're all good people. Head for the exits. That island is over. It has this. It's like the smell of death is stinkier and stinkier each time we're there. This summer, Yeah, exactly. Stop trying to make it happen. It's over. I will be back in July to steal your money, and then I will be gone for some time.
I have intentions of leaving. I don't think I'm here for good, but I think there's a few things here for me for a little while. Those things are not comedy.
Yeah, but the now you're working in the film industry.
Yeah,
you're on set. So
that's basically what's here for me at the moment. Which I like. I cannot express how much I have fallen in love with the idea of my life again in the past month.
That's nice.
Because boy,
good.
I didn't like it before. So I'm doing well in a few ways. I'm still struggling in a few others, but they're being worked out some in a sort of. So yeah, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit.
Went into that sentence so confident, and then
I lost it. I lost it so much. It just fell through my fingers like sand.
I really enjoyed how confidently you walked up to it. Like you were like, "I got this. Nothing can." Oh boy, yeah. It felt like watching me, if anything. You know what I mean? It was just that's going in on gusto and gusto.
This is the energy you started with.
I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone.
It feels like the intro music to like a 90s sitcom.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been watching a lot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch lately, and it is a vibe. It's on that lane.
How many episodes of that program exist that you're still on?
It's insane. I did not remember how much there was of it. Like there is at least 20 episodes per season, and there's 7 seasons. And I'm also quite shocked at how much of it I had seen. Like I knew I was a fan of it as a kid, but I remember most of it. And I was only 3 years old when it started, which means I was watching repeats by the time I was old enough to get into it. I think I was watching the later series as they were coming out, but I would have been relying upon repeats to see the earlier series. But I remembered all of the first season, and I remembered so much of it going forward. It is so good.
I gotta tell you, there's it's like a genre almost of that type of 90s sitcom of that it's just it's so soothing for the chaos of right now. Like the show Billions is absolute garbage shit. It is wet bullshit. It is a loving handshake of calm. You're like, this is not how the world works. Giamatti is not effective. Like, no, you know what I mean? No, it's exactly that sort of thing of like, no war in the Ukraine in that reality. It's just a talking cat. Excellent sweaters.
You know why? You know what I think we're due for now? I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and it popped into my head. I think that we're going to get a new generation of really fun, dumb, broad comedies from directors that we don't know about yet.
Yeah,
I think we're about to, because like
there's a 90s revival on.
But just because everyone's so fucking tense that's what audiences are going to start to gravitate towards, and so you're going to see like I don't know who's going to make it, but it's going to be like the heyday of Adam McKay making comedies, early Judd Apatow, Farrelly Brothers, that type of shit of just like silly, big, dumb fun. I think we're going to see a lot of that because people are going to be sad.
And I
quite a while.
think,
even if
I think as well, like there'll be. There'd be a little bit of a revival of like, because Sabrina's quite silly magic sort of vibe. I think that sort of comes into play when there's times of stress as well, because people don't like the reality of how hard things can be, and therefore they need to bring supernatural. Like that's happened throughout time. I look at it, my degree was ancient literature, and it like so much of the supernatural was trying to explain things that you can't cope with. And so I think there might be a bit of that coming back in as well. I heard myself back there and it totally threw me off.
Yes, Wayne's Brothers. 100%. Kristen, thank you. We love you.
If I went back to do a master's in literature, which would be a big waste of time, but I would love it. The thing that I would love to write a thesis on would be 90s female-led television shows and the like. I don't quite know how to put it into the right terminology, but basically I think there was a whole thing of the woman and the witch at the time that really replicates the Romance period's kind of monsters and men thing. And because if you look at 90s feminism, right, was that women were it was the first generation of women that were really, really being encouraged to believe that they could have full equality, like full kind of rights to work, full, like, we can do everything that men can do. Because in the 80s, there was still this kind of struggle that women were doing things that men should be doing. But by the 90s, there was kind of there's a generation of kids being brought up with, you can do anything you want. And that's terrifying. Like, that is really, really terrifying. It's so
terrifying because it was so recent, like that it took so long. You mean, or
no? It's
terrifying that women
like,
believe that and they shouldn't, and you are now anti-feminist.
Like,
That's right, Chris.
I
Chris is
remember
right.
being
Chris
a
is
kid and finding it really scary that I didn't know what to do, like that. But there was no roadmap. There had never been that for women before, that you could do whatever you wanted, and you're so aware of it. But like, what you see is you've got Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, That's So Raven, Bewitched,
Sister,
Charmed,
Moesha.
Sister. Like, there's loads of these women supernatural vibes, and what they are is
supernatural about That's So Raven. I'm sorry to interrupt.
She was psychic.
Was she psychic? I never watched That's So Raven.
No, neither did I.
It's the future I can see. Yeah.
No shit. That's so
That's
funny.
what That's So Raven was. She was psychic. So all of these shows was like these women that were trying to live normal lives and have successful careers, relationships, friends, social lives, family lives, but they also had this double life where they were magic or gifted in some way. And like, literally, you know, you're being expected to be able to do everything and be perfect at everything. And every single episode of those programs is these women trying to do the right thing and fucking it up somehow. And it's because there's so much like pressure to get everything right. Like, that's all these TV shows are.
Sick. I didn't watch most of those. I watched Buffy and Sabrina, and so I'm with you. I've done enough of a group research that I'm like, yeah, I'm into it.
Chris? Chris, look at me. Look at me in my eyes.
Yeah.
You're going through something, buddy. I got one word for you. That word is charmed, and the first 3 seasons of that show are a delight.
Charmed.
A goddamn delight.
So Charmed is what I'm watching as soon as I finish Sabrina. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh,
you know what's even
Charmed
better?
is.
You've never seen a show where the all 3 lead actors do not like each other, and it is visible on screen. Like, you can see, what's her face?
Like,
Heather from Beverly Hills 90210. Shannon. Oh, what's her fucking name?
Shannon Doherty.
Shannon Doherty is so not liked by Alyssa Milano. Like, it is, and like, you can see it build as the show. Oh,
but also they're amazing. It's so sexy. Like, it's such a sexy program.
It is. It's so
like Alyssa Milano.
Sexy.
Yes, it's very 2000 sexy. Alyssa Milano was a realization moment for me.
Oh, I think like,
and was Rose McGowan. Rose McGowan. That was
David Moore. Jesus Christ. You should watch it with half a stiffy, then you can live a semi-charmed life.
That's
God,
not
that's
okay.
stupid.
Yeah. Coming in from Baldy 3 band. Yeah.
I think that deserves a timeout at least.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, when you were talking hot in a 2000s way, my first thought was The Craft, the movie. And that was another one about like witch lady. Did you never watch The Craft, Ashley?
No.
Holy shit.
What?
You
Watch it
gotta
right now.
watch The
Ashley,
Craft.
Ashley.
You gotta watch The
What do
Craft.
you mean?
My
What do you mean you've
goodness.
never watched The Craft? Like, I feel like you're
I've never even
literally-
heard of it.
Oh,
Fuck you.
you're gonna absolutely
Absolutely
love
love
it. It's a
it. This-
wild movie.
It looks right up my street.
It is absolutely
Mate,
up your street. It is not.
Shove
Oh.
that in.
Holy shit.
Is that
What
what's her
did you just-
face?
It is. It is Frieza Ball.
What is her face?
Robin, not Givens.
Wait.
Craft is fucking
Mildred
dope.
Seashells.
Tunney.
Oh,
Robin Tunney.
Robin Tunney, that's it. Yeah, she's dope. I just realized the first when you guys were talking about what I should watch, I was like, what am I watching lately? The show that I've been watching incessantly is the documentary about F1 racing on Netflix.
I want to watch that. That's on my
It's
list.
Great. I don't care about F1 at all, and I was like, oh,
You don't have to.
This feels a little divorced. But it made, you know what it made me want to do? I want to race you at go-karts, Ashley. I want to lose to you at go-karting.
Yes,
when
you
I see
do.
we're definitely going go-karting, and you're going to crush me. I'm a terrible driver, but I really want to do it. So
I went go-karting in October and I did not win, actually. I didn't do very well, but I was against my brother and his pals, and they're like, I don't know, better.
I just want to say a couple of things. Here's the main thing I want to say. Yes, Meatballs understands me and gets me. The Craft was what made me realize that I'm into women who can and would murder me. Absolutely, completely agree.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's just a fucking.
I feel like that's the appeal I have.
Yeah. The
Sort
problem is
of.
now know that you wouldn't murder me. So it's always it's you know at first off,
It's not that I would. It's not that I would or wouldn't. It's that I could.
No.
Murder's not the one I get off you.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Not for
not in like a bad way. Just some people suit certain crimes, and murder is one that I wouldn't guess off the bat, or even having known you.
We did this before, didn't we? We did a what crime would we get convicted of, and what did we say for me? We said something specific for me.
Oh, I can't remember. I mean, if it wasn't,
I'm sure somebody's going to remember it. Somebody in the chat is going to remember it.
Someone in the chat
Definitely.
Like I could see you doing a curse on somebody. I could absolutely see you doing that, like 100%. But nah.
Actually, I hope you take this in the spirits intended. I could really see you turning 60, buying a bunch of gem turquoise jewelry, and becoming a Wiccan high priest somewhere in the woods. You know what I mean? Like, no, you can't come by the farm on Thursday. That's when the gals are coming, and that involves a lot of wood chimes and a lot of old naked ladies running in the woods vibe. What vibe? That's an activity. Do you hear what I'm saying? I feel I'm correct in what I just said.
Have you watched the Aubrey Plaza movie where she plays like a nun that's also like a witch?
Ooh, have I watched that Aubrey Plaza movie?
It's pretty fucking wild. It's pretty fucking wild. And if you're into that kind of thing, this is great. Tiger said bigamy, but when I saw it, I read it as Big Amy, and I was like, what kind of crime is being a Big Amy?
I don't think I have seen that, but I will find it.
It's really good. It's really good. You're right, Kirsten. I was a fool to ask.
I still can't believe. Ashley, do you know how much you're gonna like The Craft? It's just
I feel like I will. I'm gonna watch that one. It's gonna be a lot easier for me to watch one that I think I'll like rather than some of the other ones that you love. That
I also think you will like
start to finish, and you will love it.
What is the perfect movie? Start to finish?
Tombstone. Tombstone is perfect. Everyone knows it.
It's not perfect. It does drag a little bit at certain points, but it also in terms of plot, it really.
That is the main.
It's so good.
That is the main reason I haven't watched it, is because every time I've gone like, oh, I should watch Tombstone, the lads keep saying it. I go in and I see that it's like 2.5 hours long, and I'm just like,
But it only feels like 2 hours. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's still long. Yeah, it still feels long.
And actually, what you'll read, you know the Bechdel test? You know the Bechdel test?
It does not pass
Tombstone.
it, does
Tombstone. I hope you're ready. Does not pass it. No, it does not. In fact, actually, if anything, it actually one watching of Tombstone actually gives a feminist an ice cream headache, as I understand how they. I don't know how they did it.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring up the things that make it the Bechdel test, and I want to see. I want to see if it passes a single part of it.
I actually really have to pee all of a sudden, so I will be right back.
Okay.
I also have to pee. So you pee and then you pee. Oh yeah, it does not pass though.
Okay.
Actually, you pee and then you come back and then I'll pee.
And then I'll pee.
We'll all pee together.
Yay! Okay, I've got the 3 questions for the Bechdel test. All right.
I don't think it passes a single fucking one of them, quite frankly.
I would be shocked, but I'm very excited to find out. Because it's like there are, like, the women are absolutely ancillary to the story and barely there, but there's also like 2 of them sort of have a personality, and I'm wondering if it's just enough to slip through.
I know but the Bechdel test is one of those because it's also there's the amount of, like, it's one of those ones where like they geared it specifically so not a lot of movies are going to pass, because one of them I think is 2 female characters discuss anything that isn't a male character in the movie, and like so many, like when you read that you're like, ooh, fuck, I never even thought about that.
We'll wait until Ashley gets here, but I think I've got a workaround for that.
I like what you're doing. I'm just willing to admit all of my favorite movies do not pass the Bechdel test, but guess what, guys? They were always nice to me. You know what I mean?
Oh, at best, I'll get it passed on a technicality. It is not worthy, but it's one of those. It's like I'm hoping I can get it like a not proven verdict. It's like,
oh, I like what you're saying.
Not great, but you got away with it.
I always enjoyed that. I love that little bit of Scottish law.
Oh, The Quick and the Dead. I thought you were making fun of Tombstone again. She is great in The Quick and the Dead. And when we saw her boobies in it, I was very excited as a young man watching The Quick and the Dead.
Do you see her Norks in Quick and the Dead?
I only ever
watched The Quick and the Dead on TBS because it was one of those movies that was shown on TBS. Like, I mean, incessantly.
Yeah, famous booby haters, TBS. Considering the B in it stands for booby, it's the booby station.
It is the Turner Booby Station.
Turner Booby Station. But they never show the boobies. But when you watch it properly, like I did with my parents in the room, and Sharon Stone's boobies are out, you get very excited.
Can't we talk about nothing more of a 90s experience than putting on the movie Wild Things and thinking that both you and your uncle could enjoy that.
I've never seen Wild Things. I've seen one scene. I've seen one scene from Wild Things.
We all know what scene.
I haven't
seen from Wild Things.
It's the chase scene.
No, Weird Science passes the Bechdel test. That's impossible. If that movie does
more than one woman
in
Weird Science.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what that passes the Bechdel test with Nail and I.
With Nell and I,
My
yeah.
dad.
My dad watched Cabaret in the theater with his dad. Wow, that must have been a long drive home.
I mean, yeah, depending on what your dad was into, or your dad.
Oh yeah, Bound. I forgot about Bound. Bound was the other like 2 sets of movies in one shot. Let's go.
But Bound, I think, was the Gen X Wild Things. Wild Things is so millennial, and it's so like geriatric millennial because we still didn't have readily access porn. Like, we didn't have it to the point it is now where it's like you'd watch a movie with tits in it and just be like, what's the artistic value of this? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
TV got so much better when porn went on the internet because they didn't have to be like, we need to put a scene in where a woman just takes a shower. Because before that, to sell movies, it's like, how are we going to sell this movie? It's like, we found an actor who is an incredible artist. She is one of the most amazing people at acting we have seen. She also has big old jugs. We are Hollywood. We're going to show people those jugs and not respect her artistry. Welcome to hell. It's the 90s. Life is a nightmare.
The number of movies in the 80s that have all women shower scenes is so funny. When you go back and you watch 80s comedies, and it's like, it's not even like Porky's is the obvious one, but then it's like Police Academy. Why? What does that have to do with being in the police? And just like so fucking many where it's like, damn, that's a lot of naked women in a shower for what is a broad comedy.
In the weird journalistic section of the internet that I've been swimming in for comfort about the alt-right, all of the journalists refer to it as Revenge of the Nerds, because like much like Revenge of the Nerds, it sort of seems like it's benign, and then you watch it and you're like, oh my god, the message here is very pro. Like it's like, oh, this is the worst thing to be pro. Like you watch Revenge of the Nerds and you're like, I root for the jocks. The nerds are sexual assaulting monsters.
Yeah, they're real bad guys. they're a bunch of.
That sounds like it was written by a bunch of guys who believe that the nice guys never win.
Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it turns out the nice guys are monsters. So it's kind of nice.
Nice.
It's kind of nice that of all the movies
John has to pee.
from the
Go.
80s, yeah, get out of here, John. Go pee. It's kind of nice that of all the movies from the 80s, Revenge of the Nerds had the bravery to be the most true to life by going, these guys are terrible. That's
I didn't quite get that conversation enough to have a segue or a
don't
tap
worry.
in.
We were talking about how porn, the easy accessibility to porn, really sort of improved a lot of films because movies stopped having that scene where all of a sudden, like Nuns on the Run with Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah,
just
movies don't
has a
have to be
scene.
sexy now because that's another
many naked
that's over there. Yeah.
Yeah, like Pamela Anderson wouldn't have a career now.
Yeah.
Because we don't need that softcore nonsense anymore. And so you just don't see it show up. I mean, there's still like 50 Shades of Grey, which is its own weird thing.
Have
but
you
that was,
ever
like,
watched
that was
it?
a moment. No, of course not. It's fucking terrible.
So I watched it, and I think I said this on the show before. I watched it with a friend. We were just like, well, we just watch it so that we can make fun of, like, it was kind of, we wanted to hate watch it.
Mm-hmm.
We started watching it. It was so fucking boring. None of it is sexy. Like I've written a paragraph that's sexier than anything that happens in that, you know, and it's just like paragraphs aren't sexy. Like that's how bad it was. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's so poor. But it was just so slow and boring that we were like, will we watch it in 1.75 speed? So we did that, and it was still slow and boring.
It's a terrible story with no characters.
Yeah.
And so there's no tension. That's where tension should live, is in the whole point of it is supposed to be the tension, right? In 50 Shades of Grey.
But they kept trying so hard to achieve tension that they just didn't create it. Yeah.
Oh, Blue Nuit. Absolutely. Muy fantastico. I'm gonna go pee, and then we're gonna compare. We're gonna put Tombstone up to the Bechdel test.
Very good. Do you remember what Blue Nuit is? Actually,
I have no idea what Blue Nuit is. I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
In Canada, especially in and where I live near French Canada. So in Canada, you have 3 stations always that are French on TV. Usually they were 10, 11, 12 in Ottawa. And Channel 11 showed softcore porn on Saturday nights, known as Bleu Nuit. And it was where you watch softcore porn on Saturday nights. And every boy my age knows about it because we would watch it and then whack off. We'd whack off.
Of course.
to the
Sure.
softcore.
I like that they catered to that.
God. I know, and they must have made so much fucking money. I do actually want to buy some followers and some primes and some viewers. I actually do want to buy this. Thank you so much for coming in. El Facu.
I don't have it open. Does one of our mods have that?
I'm sure they do. But yeah, that's I'm still back on the fact you haven't seen The Craft. Like I feel like, do you have time to watch it after the stream today?
Probably. I'm not working tomorrow.
Damn. Go on. Fill your boots with 90s goth wonderment, madam.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yo.
Yeah. Till next Sunday. I know, but I want to know the reaction right away. Welcome back, Chris.
What happened?
By the way,
What happened in the
how
chat?
long
Who got
do you-
banned?
Nothing,
We had.
just- someone wanted to
Oh,
get-
sorry. We should have waited for you to get back to see if you wanted followers. And
Oh, was there
viewers.
big follows?
No, rude.
Oh, guys, I always leave at the worst times.
Yeah.
We did a whoopsie.
Okay, so these are the rules of the Bechdel test. Let me zoom in on it. So there's only 3 questions. So question number 1: are there at least 2 named female characters? There are 4. Check.
I thought, but also
Question-
named. Also, it has to be first and last name.
Yep, they all have first and last names. Granted, the last names are almost all the names of their husbands, but they have first and last names.
Was the old West, I guess.
Question 2: do they speak to each other? And tied to that, do they speak to each other about something other than a male love interest? So, technically, yes. But that's the thing.
Technically,
Yeah,
yes.
this is very. I told John while you were gone. I'm not expecting a pass of flying colors. This is very much a not proven situation. This is getting off on a technicality. But it's very funny to me that technically Tombstone works because there's a scene when all the wives meet each other at a train station because the Wyatt family or the Earp family is coming together to own a mine, and Maddie Earp is she has a laudanum problem, and so Maddie, and I can't remember the other wife's name right now because she only has about 8 lines in the whole film. They have a little conversation about drugs and where they get it and the effects on them. That has nothing to do with any of the love interests. So technically, Tombstone passes the Bechdel test. And
I feel like there should be another question on the Bechdel test, which is: are the women like?
That scene.
I don't even know what how to phrase the question, but it's like women being deemed hysterical. It's in that realm.
Oh, there's none of that. There's one who has a full
No, but like a laudanum addiction. That's very tied into the history of women hysteria.
But then there's another one who's very much, she's just her own woman and she lives her life and she doesn't want to be ladylike and she's incredibly talented and she travels the world and Wyatt Earp just can't stop imagining her. But she talks about all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
For example, her favorite thing, room service. How about that for character development? Huh?
Yeah. I want you all to know that it doesn't pass the Bechdel test for no other reason than I don't think all of the dialogue of any woman who appears on screen amounts to more than, if you can put it all together, more than 6 minutes of the entire movie. And it is 2.5 hours.
If it's yeah.
But that's not one of the questions.
That should that also should be part of the Bechdel test, which is, do they occupy more than 25% of the film?
Yeah, I think that a real kicker.
I mean,
on
it
how
should be
bad movies
50,
have
but
been.
it will never be that.
I mean, if Tombstone passes the Bechdel test even on a technicality, that means that they've aimed too low. That's the Bechdel test. That's how bad movies have been.
However, Guy Ritchie, not a single Guy Ritchie film passes the Bechdel test.
I mean, what?
Have you watched a Guy Ritchie film?
I couldn't believe
the gentleman does.
Has one woman in the whole film?
No, the gentleman has because she owns a garage that is where she only employs women, and she talks to a woman that works at the garage, and she talks.
That woman is not named.
And they get names and they have a quick conversation. It's a Tombstone situation, but technically it does.
Yes, but the second woman is not. She's not in the film. She's not one of the characters. Like,
guys,
she has a name.
She does not have a name.
I'm
sorry, but every single Guy Ritchie film, the only film that has 2 kind of female big characters is the second Sherlock Holmes film, and one of the female characters has to die before the other one comes on screen.
Guy Ritchie made those. I was wondering why I hated those movies. Of course. Guy Ritchie made them. I fucking hated those.
It's the most the most Sherlock Holmes because they're so just unnecessary, gruff, Aren't we such gruff? He was like, what?
I very annoyingly really like those films, but it's not really
Oh, yeah,
because of the films.
I know why.
It's because of hot ass Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Well, there is that. There
Ooh,
is
he's
that,
got
but
dirt on
those
his
films,
abs.
those films use so there's a camera called a phantom something, and they use that camera, and there's very few people in the world who know how to use it, but one of them is this guy called Gavin something, I forget his surname, Gavin something. He knows how to use those cameras, and it's one of these cameras that captures things in really dense, like slow motion, and he runs the YouTube channel The Slow Mo Guys.
Okay.
And I used to follow them so much, but he's one of the camera operators on that movie, and that's why I really enjoy watching that movie, is because they have these insane close-up shots of like bits of trees getting exploded with bullets and stuff like it's I love watching it for that.
That is the biggest nerd reason to like anything I've maybe ever heard.
Yeah.
That
You never get to look at us with disdain when we're talking about like fucking basketball or all the other cool shit.
Gavin Free is his name. Yes.
I mean, Tor, I love it. It's a great reason. It's wonderful, and your excitement at it is honestly heartwarming. But it's so nerdy. Like it's
so
wow,
nerdy. You
so
fucking dork. What's it like being a big dork?
Do you know what?
Hey,
I
Urkel.
love it.
Hey, Ashley, can you say, did I do that?
Jesus Christ, meatballs. Ashley dreams of Gavin F stopping her throat.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't
feel
even
like
know what F stopping means.
I feel like we might be too comfortable with our chat at this point.
Yeah. I like the chat knows too much about me. I knew you were my favorite for a reason. I'm everybody's favorite. It's like the unwritten rule of the show.
It's a whole bit.
That's why you're in charge. Ashley's the real leader. Yeah.
Oh, and if you are the leader, we should probably play your coronation song again. Chris, hit it.
Oh, hold on, I had to unshare it.
He
to
did
bring
not
up
have
the
it
Bechdel
ready,
test.
man.
I had to bring up
I
the
know.
Bechdel test.
I know. I was still. I know.
A slow motion choke slam. Oh yes, please.
Wait, why isn't that playing?
You didn't share a sound.
No, it's not. It's not even playing on mine.
David Hoare, you little salty fuck.
David Hoare, you little bitch.
Yeah.
I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone. I will bed everyone.
Guys, I have to go meet my dad for Chinese food.
Oh yeah, that's a good reason. I'm gonna go buy chicken fingers downstairs because I have.
Oh,
50
now I
already.
want fried chicken.
Go on, mate.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah, this is very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this. I really miss doing this, and I was dreading doing it just because I'm really sad. And I was like, what if I just cry? But this has been really fun, and we'll be back next Sunday. And I don't feel the oppressiveness I was starting to feel with all of this, because especially when I was on tour in December, it was just, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the
Yeah.
point is when we did it every day at the start, it was because it gave us joy. We needed something to fill our days because you couldn't leave the goddamn house, and now
Yeah.
we can.
That's right.
So we want to keep it at the joy.
Yeah,
That's the
we gotta
important thing.
maintain the joy.
Focus on the
Yeah.
joy. So
Yeah.
every Sunday. Thank you to everyone that
Every
subscribed
Sunday.
today and bits and came and joined us an hour early.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for just jumping on.
You guys
Yeah.
turned up better than I did.
We love you guys.
But
It's so
again,
nice to see you.
their fault.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
on
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
100%.
Also, I have very exciting things to look forward to next week. I finally have bought a new baseball hat. We went San Francisco Giants because I've decided I needed a new baseball team, and I can't.
Nice.
I wanted.
Podcast listener Sean just disappeared mid-sentence yet again.
Yet again. He couldn't just hold on until we finished the show.
So good. Oh, buddy.
Oh, that was. It's so funny when it happens. Like it's
Never gets
just.
old.
It's so
Never
good.
gets old.
The best.
Because you're just gone.
I was like, it was the best. I'll tell you what happens is my phone literally just goes blank. Like it just closes, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well, that's all the talking I'm doing, I guess.
Very silly. Very silly. I look forward to seeing your San Francisco Giants hat. I love that hat. It's one of my favorites. Very simple, orange on black. Who should we raid?
I don't know.
I forgot that was even a thing.
So the only two people that I have on right now are Critical Drinking and My Gun is Huge. I'm happy with either, unless someone has someone that they would like to raid. Otherwise, Critical Drinking. Baldy says Critical Drinking. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. This was great. It's so nice to see you and talk to you guys again.
This was
excellent.
It was really nice. I'm also debating maybe doing, for my sins, a Zoom show run of my hour for Australia, because I might need one more go at saying it. So there's my section in the Discord. If people are up for it, go there now and just put an emoji just so I can get a sense of how many I could possibly grab for that. It would be at UTS time, not on a UTS day, is how we would do it. So just pop in there.
Okay.
And great. It's so nice to be back and so nice to see both of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
you too.
I loved it, and I'm looking forward to doing this on a lovely weekly basis.
Yeah. Well,
Indeed.
next time
Oh,
we
and one
speak,
last thing.
I will be hungover because I will have just recorded my album the night before and gone out drinking
might
with my
be
friends
too.
afterwards. So
Guys, all right, next week is Hungover / John will get really stoned cast. So pop in. We'll talk about wet shits. We'll talk about hangover movies. Chris and Ashley will give us a dump report. They'll each have diarrhea during the stream. We'll find out how much volume that they popped in the toilet during the show. We'll see you then. For the diarrhea, we're going to wait our diarrhea. They're going to shit in bowls. It's going to be really good.
Yay. Thanks for coming in, guys. It was great to see you. Until next week, here's an old lady talking about sex.
Bye.
Penis into her vagina. That's all. That's called sexual intercourse. Some people call it having sex. So the man passes the sperm to the woman, and now his sperm is in her. Maybe you're wondering if a mistake could be made when having sexual intercourse. That can't happen.